Hi, everybody. Welcome to Everyday Hockey. This is episode 16.
Number 16, that's Bobby Clark.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go. Sweet 16. Sweet.
Yeah. 16 wins to win the Stanley Cup.
That's what it takes. There's a couple of teams that are getting close. Getting closer. I mean, if people listen to this program a week from now, they're going to go, oh, old news. But where we are right now, it's 1-1 between Montreal.
That's right. Montreal and Carolina 1-1.
Carolina 1-1.
And then Vegas has the 3-0 lead over Colorado, over the President's Cup winners. They also have Superstore cards.
Yeah, I was just going to say that actually might have done them more good. Actually, being the President's Trophy winner usually comes with some kind of a curse. I think at least if you get President's Choice points, you can buy groceries with it. Really interesting, I think, to watch both of these series, because there was lots of pundits out there who said there's no way that Montreal can beat Carolina. That Carolina is going to sweep them in 4, because, well, of course, Carolina had won the first 2 series with sweeps, had only played 8 games as compared to Montreal's 14 games that they had to play in order to get to the same position. And yet, when you watch the games, you said, wow, Montreal matches up really well against Carolina. They do.
Yeah. It's going to be a really interesting game tonight, which is Monday, May 25th. That home game for Montreal, just to see what the crowd's going to do for Montreal, because, Edmonton, I love you. You're a great hockey city, but Montreal's fans are unbelievable. They are. That's the Mecca, man.
It is. It is. There's no question about it. I was reading a story today about how a group of Montreal Canadian fans in Laval, Quebec, right outside of Ottawa, were organizing a massive rink celebration to watch the game. They got permission from the French broadcaster to broadcast the game inside the arena on the big screen so that everybody could be there and watch the game together, just like they do in Montreal. And the NHL said no.
Wow.
The NHL came to them and said, you may not do this. We do not give permission. It's our broadcast rights, and you can't do it. And they said, well, what's the deal? Why not? Why can't we do it? And their reasoning was because it's inside the Ottawa Senators area. It's like an 80-kilometer radius of the Ottawa Senators. The Senators said, we have nothing to say about it.
We got no problems with it.
Well, I don't know if they said that so much as we can't comment on it because it's the NHL's rule.
Jeez, wow.
I think that's a stupid rule. Especially when you consider that there is only one Canadian team left. Mm-hmm. We're down to, and then not only that, this was not a money maker for anybody. This was actually a fundraiser, a charity fundraiser. So they were going to donate all of proceeds.
It's crazy.
Dumb rules.
I think 2 years ago, my son Brandon and I were in Vegas right at the beginning of the playoffs. The Oilers were playing LA and Vegas was playing. I forget who they played in the first round. And so we're in Vegas and I'm asking people at the hotel, where's your watch party? And then I had to Google it. There was no excitement at all for Golden Knights hockey in the marketplace. You had to drive out to Henderson, Nevada, which is where their AHL farm team is, and they were having a rally in the parking lot, and maybe a couple hundred people, and I'm thinking, wow, yeah, you guys are the best fan base in the world, and a hockey fan base, yeah.
It doesn't matter how many fans; it's how much money Batman can cobble together out of it.
Big time, because it's like, wow, where's the passion? No, I'm asking people in the as we're in hotels and in restaurants, and I'm like, hey, you guys caring? You know, do you care about the Knights? It's like, yeah, it's okay. Meanwhile, we get to the restaurant, we go, hey, could you turn on the LA game with Edmonton? And they're like, sure. You know?
Well, that's hockey, is it? Is it
Yeah,
hockey?
yeah. It's
Oh,
crazy.
very
Yeah.
nice. Well, and you look at a team like Montreal, and it is exciting, and it's fun to watch all these young guys. These young guys who are just out there just having the time of their lives. And in particular, and you might have a comment about this, Dolbish.
He's
Wow.
love it. I hope he can sustain it and carry it, because he could follow in the footsteps of Ken Dryden and Patrick Waugh for sure. A little bit of Carey Price. But if he loses in this round, he'll get as far as Steve Penny did, I think, in the either late 80s or early 90s. And I'm kind of hoping for his sake that he doesn't. Poor Steve Penny had a great couple rounds of playoffs and looked like Ken Dryden all over again, and then never really recaptured that form. So you got to hope for this kid. I would love him, watching him, and he beat Vasilevsky, who in the first round, who to me is the elite goalie in the National Hockey League. And it's like, keep her going, kid. And it only makes me think, the Edmonton Oilers have had goaltending issues since Connor McDavid. I think there's been 20 goalies signed in Connor McDavid's time. And you can't find that great young goalie. You can't find Andy Moog all over again from 1980 or 81. You can't find Martin Brodeur. They're out there.
Yeah.
But you hear too much now. It's like, oh no, goalies need to be mature.
Yeah.
They need to be mature. It's like, yeah, sure. It's like, no, they just need to be really good.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's the truth. That's the truth. And I loved Dolbish the other day. His comment when he was asked by the announcer, how do you feel about you've put in a lot of games. You've been just playing game after game after game after game. How's it? Is it taking a toll on you? And he says, a toll on me? What? He says, I could play 40 more.
Love it.
The brashness of youth. You got it. You just love it. Like, it's so fun to watch. So much fun to watch all those young guys. I don't know. Yeah. It's just one of those things that when you watch that, it restores your faith in hockey, because it's all them. It's all them. It's not backroom deals. It's not.
Yeah.
And it's not coaches who are somehow getting it out of them by cracking the whip. It's not any of that. What it is it's a bunch of young guys who just love playing hockey together as a group. And St. Louis just has them in the palm of his hand. He's the right coach at the right time with the right group of guys. And Nick Suzuki was talking about how the expectation was they'd be in this position in a couple of years from now.
Right.
And that it would take that long for all those young guys to develop. And here they are now.
That's it. That's probably according to all the hockey pundits at all the major networks who say, yeah, no, this is how it's supposed to be, and this is the way it is. And what are these young guys doing? What are they doing to my theory? They're ruining it.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, they're ruining it with their enthusiastic, fun style of hockey.
Yeah, exactly. Now, over on the other side of things, you got the Tortorella bounce going on, and I mean, can you argue with McCrimmon? Can you argue with him? Did McCrimmon look at it and say, hey, Cassidy just cannot carry us over the line here. We need a bounce. Hey, wait a minute. We know a guy who actually has a history of bouncing a team in their first 20 games, 25, 30, maybe even 50 games. Is this McCrimmon being a brilliant tactician? Is he the GM, that Edmonton needs?
Well, it's kind of looking like that because, I mean, the results are there. And the other thing too is Tortorella had Carter Hart in Philadelphia as his goalie, so he knew him and trusted him. And it's interesting because somebody brought up Carter Hart's statistics, playoff statistics, the other day. Might have been
Mm-hmm.
on Hockey Night in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
and the guys won in the playoffs. He's been clutch. He's got a good save percentage, and I heard this is a local story of Carter Hart. Some good friends of mine met him at the Lee Park Rodeo outside by Marwayne, Alberta, just a little bit north of Lloydminster. And this is right when he wasn't playing, like during the trial and stuff. And they said,
Yeah.
"Hey, would you like
Yeah.
to play? Would you like to play in Edmonton?" Because he's from Sherwood Park, and he goes, "I would love to." He said it, and yet there was a high profile pundit came out last week and said, "Oh, Carter Hart would never sign with a Canadian team." It's like, yeah, have you ever been to Lee Park Rodeo Dance, buddy? Have you ever been there? Well, I was there with a good friend of mine, and it was a massive brawl, and I'm not going to go into that, but man, that was a lot of fun. So I'd encourage that pundit. I'm not going to name names, but it's like, yeah, maybe get out a little bit out of your little comfort zone and
Right.
see what's going on.
Right. So you and I were talking about how luck plays a part in hockey. We both have had experiences with puck luck.
Yeah.
And I look at what's happened between Vegas and Colorado, and you say, well, okay, how is it that Colorado looked unbeatable?
And I think it's Cale Makar's injuries and Cale Makar not being there for the first two games. That totally messed up the chemistry of the team. I think it played a little bit of, I think it took some adjustment for Nate McKinnon to get used to that. And I think Vegas has totally taken advantage of it. And Makar's still not 100%. There's no way, because I think he's playing with a separated shoulder or something pretty bad. And it only made me realize when I'm watching them that the Edmonton Oilers aren't as bad as people say they are.
Hmm.
They're just beat up and injured, just like the Florida Panthers, like Sasha Barkov and stuff. It's like give these teams this rest, this time to lick your wounds, rest, heal your injuries. Let's see what happens. Maybe and you need the luck. You need the luck of Vegas, because
Right.
that's what they've got. They've got it. It's on their side right now.
Seems somewhat fitting. Lady luck, eh? Lady luck. Somebody's blowing on those dice and rolling them, and it's just rolling in their favor.
They really are. They really are. It's reminding me of Chevy Chase in National Lampoon's Vacation in Vegas.
Is that the one where they stopped at the Grand Canyon? They all crawled out of the car, stood at the Grand Canyon. Okay, back in the car.
Oh, that was the first one. Yeah,
that was the first one.
The one Vegas Vacation is where they went to meet Cousin Eddie, and he was living in a trailer out in one of those zones where they set off atomic bombs, and they were eating chicken that was being cooked on rocks.
Yeah,
good fun for sure. Yeah.
I mean, speaking of puck luck, I was just going to go into this for just a moment. You know, when you look at how teams win championships, and this is my own personal experience with this.
Yeah.
I guess vicariously through my daughter Erica. But when they won the national championship, Dale, I bet you there was 10 times during that playoff run where it could have gone either way. They could have gone home, or they moved on.
Right.
From multiple overtime games, which they won, shootout wins along the way. At the national tournament, somehow their goaltender stops a breakaway and they turn around and come back down and somehow put the puck in the net. I mean, when you win by in a shootout win at a national tournament to go on to the final,
yeah,
that's crazy. That's like the team of destiny, right? It's the team of destiny. There's no rhyme or reason to it. How come that puck luck happened in their favor over and over and over again? I mean, you got to be good to be lucky. You got to be lucky to be good. There's all of those sayings,
For
but
sure.
to watch it happen.
It's just how I felt when I was watching Vegas. It's like, wow, it just all came together, and they've been lucky. They had a tough series against Anaheim. That was a tough series. Anaheim's a hell of a good team. But this Colorado thing, like Colorado should have rolled. Like Colorado was the favorite,
Right.
and just looked like unbeatable. And Vegas looks unbeatable now.
You look at a guy like Mitch Marner and you say, well, Marner, you lucky duck, you lucky duck. You got a shot at getting your name on the cup. Your compatriots there back with the Maple Leafs. Those guys don't have a hope.
Happy for him that way.
Yeah.
Because of the flack he took and everything. And like he scored that big goal against Anaheim, I think in the clinching game where like that breakaway, like just the way he twisted the goalie inside and out. And it's like, wow, great goal. Marner, you got the talent, buddy.
Well, and we watched him last night, and he's looking one way, and then he's firing the puck the other way, and hitting Mark Stone in the stick.
Right. Yeah.
That's not easy to do.
I applaud him. If they win, I'd be happy for him, for sure.
We don't want them to win, though, Dale.
No, I know.
No.
I know.
I don't want John Tortorella to get his name on the cup after coaching for 22 days or whatever it's been.
Right. Yeah. And we don't want to open up the other can of worms there where they won't let teams talk to Bruce Cassidy, even though they fired him. They won't let Edmonton, they won't let LA because they're too focused on the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Right now, that's right. Yeah, you don't want to make Cassidy's. I mean, we make Cassidy sit on the sidelines and watch Tortorella get his name put on the cup.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. It's Vegas, man.
It's Vegas. Oh boy. Speaking of Vegas, they've got a new PWHL team there.
Yes, one of the new 4 franchises.
The 4 new franchises. We got Vegas and Detroit and San Jose and Hamilton. And they've been announcing GMs as they've gone along here. So if you haven't heard yet, the new GM in Hamilton is Megan Duggan, former Team USA captain. She was the director of player development for the New Jersey Devils.
Nice.
She's got some executive experience, I guess.
Right.
And probably lots of people who she can call on for advice if need be. So she's moving to Hamilton. So I think it's kind of funny. It's like there's no borders. There's no borders, Dale. Well, let's put the American in Hamilton. And then let's send Manon Rhéaume to Detroit.
Right.
In Las Vegas, the woman who's taking over there was a former player agent, Dominique Didier. Certainly somebody with experience with players and being able to, again, call on probably lots of people that she knows to, I don't know, decide on what talent is going to help her team.
It's going to be interesting to see. It's almost an experiment that way. I don't know. I wish that the former player agent for the Edmonton Oilers, Jeff Jackson, who became the president and CEO, would have made that transition. But, poor guys made some questionable calls after Holland left. So you don't know. But I'm not saying that it's going to go that way. It could go the other way. Could be a great general manager.
I think a lot of it depends on the relationships that you have with other people who you can call on for advice, because I think there's very few people who can do that job by themselves and just say it's my way or the highway.
I can only think of a handful of general managers like that in the history of the game, like Sam Pollock in the 1970s in Montreal, where he basically dictated everything, and Lou Lamoriello was like that. Glenn Sather too, to a point, as general manager. It's like just such a strong presence.
But when you look at it, Dale, that was the era.
It was the era.
That was the era, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that era is past us now. It's a much more complicated. I think it's well, and maybe it's not. Maybe everybody says it's more complicated, but maybe it's not. But I think with all of the stuff that goes on, from social media to data sets where you can take a look at everybody's statistics and analyze it to the nth degree to find out, is that defenseman, capable of making that first pass out of the zone or not? And do the statistics bear out that?
Yeah. Well, I think every professional, almost every professional sports organization needs good analytics people. You just do. They're not the end all be all, but you need good ones. And then you need to be able to take that knowledge and apply it in the proper way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, there's got to be at some point some kind of gut instinct on a player as well, because there are situations with players. You say you can develop them. You can develop them into you got to coach them up a little bit. And if your analytics tell you that they're not making that first pass out of the zone, why is that? Are you able to, as a coach, look at that and say, oh, okay, well, what they're doing is they're passing it back behind the net too often, or they're rushing that first pass when they could hold it for another 2-3 seconds and then make their decision.
Yeah, I think of game 1 of Colorado and Minnesota this year. I think it was like a 9-4 win.
It was a blowout, but it was a huge number of goals.
Yeah, and I think 5 of them went stick side on Jesper Wallstedt. So it's the same thing as last year in the finals, the last 2 years, where Florida was shooting on Stuart Skinner, the Oilers goalie's glove, because his glove, he's good laterally, but just the glove wasn't as fast. And it's like, same thing now I'm thinking about Jesper Wallsted's stick side. It's like too many goals I saw. And that's analytics kind of telling you that. It's like, hey, you can beat this guy stick side. So
that's right. That's like Nathan McKinnon helping you out if you got a sore back and he's flipping towels into the dryer. He puts it into that 3-inch space on the stick side of Jesper Wallstedt. Wallstedt says, thanks for that.
Oh my God, that's perfect, man. That's really good.
So one more GM to mention as well, in San Jose, the new team in San Jose. And I thought this was really interesting because the PWHL has not done this up to this point. They will have a general manager and coach, same person. Troy Ryan, who has a long-time coach of Team Canada's women's team, is going to be the coach and general manager in San Jose.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out next year. Like, I like the diversity, there's not really, these are all originals in a way. And which ways are going to go? Or is it going to be, well, it's easy to say it could be an existing team like Montreal could repeat.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, the first 2 years, of course, was Minnesota Frost won the Walter Cup. This year, Montreal wins it. Yeah, what's going to happen? What's going to happen going forward? I mean, there is something to be said for the refreshing sort of idea of a league that has come out of nowhere. And like you said, there's people there who you recognize the names, but you don't know their history. You don't know what their capabilities are. You don't know who their friends are. In the NHL, you can just about predict what's going to happen when a GM comes into a certain spot. You can go, oh, yeah, well, his track record says it's going to be good for the first year. Then after that, he's going to sell the team out and there'll be nothing left by the time he's done.
Yeah. No, this is exciting that way, where you watch it closely, see where it goes.
June 17th is a big day, is the draft. 236 players have declared for that draft, and my daughter Erica's one of them, and we'll find out what she does.
Man, that's cool. That's cool. Well, you know what? We'll continue to bring people up to date on any new developments up until that date. But I think we're kind of finding too that, and I think in the Edmonton market, it's like people are going, wow, I can go to the lake. I don't have to follow hockey as closely. So
consequently, everyday hockey might become every month hockey for a little while. And then
you know what? We might be taking a bit of a break for the summer, like just, kind of show up maybe once a month instead of once a week.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely keep the fires burning, especially if there's like some kind of breaking news or like some kind of major seismic development. So for sure.
Like for example, if somebody was to buy windows and doors from our good friend Angus, we would probably have an episode just about that.
Exactly.
Just like, I mean, people buy windows and doors from Angus all the time, but I mean, if there was an everyday hockey subscriber, we would really appreciate that. So how about blow us out of the water? So Dale, we got a new subscriber. We got 17 now.
I know. I'm excited. Like that's we're slowly building.
That's right.
Building.
We originally, I don't think we predicted, like of course, Dale and I, when we started this podcast, we spent a lot of time on analytics, and I don't think we projected 17 until September. So we're several months early on this.
For sure. And I mean, I wish we could read the countries that are like we can on the actual podcast. But if if we can get more listeners in Vietnam, that's fantastic.
That's fantastic.
But okay. I wanted to say, you mentioned Angus McMillan. I wanted to say, if you're looking into windows and doors, and now's the time of year to be doing that, contact Angus at asapwindows.ca, or you can visit their website at asapwindows.ca. And when you do contact Angus, ask about the Everyday Hockey Special. And Angus will also make a donation to the Heart and Stroke Foundation and STARS. So Angus, thank you again for your enthusiastic support, and we greatly appreciate it. And I got to start looking into windows and doors because there's a storm coming around here.
Okay. Well, the heat will do that. One of the things that Dale and I have really appreciated is those people who give us some feedback. So leave a comment for us, or if you completely disagree with us, send us an email, a fiery email with lots of swear words in it. We won't read it live on the podcast, but we will take it right to heart. Our email address is everydayhockeypodcast@gmail.com. And we have a website as well where Dale will post some of the articles that he's written for the hockey writers.
That's right. And that's everydayhockey.ca. We want to stay unique. We want to stay fresh. And we welcome your feedback. It's not going to be like Mad Magazine where they used to show the suggestion boxes. And it was like a grinder or something grinding up the message. That's not going to happen here.
That's not.
Oh, Mad Magazine. What an influence.
What an influence.